And it's probably not a secret based on this ceremony already that Varshini Viswanath is the recipient of the Head of School Award. Unfortunately, our board chairman is still in traffic between the airport and SIS. But also along with this class, instead of asking parents to get up and make a speech, I'd just like to recognize the work of the Board of Patrons and those of you that are leaving us. So if I could just have the parents who are on the board of the senior students stand up, and if we can recognize the work of the Board of Patrons. It wouldn't be Surabaya if we weren't late because of traffic, right? So next, we'll confer the diplomas. We'll start conferring the diplomas to our graduates and ask Ms. Tagley to join me down on the stage to help pass them out. Yeah? Oh, sorry, getting ahead of myself. I did this last year too. Should have had Varshini just stay up here. Sorry about that. Our class valedictorian speech presented by Varshini Viswanath.
Good morning, everyone. When I first started writing this graduation speech, I was clueless as to what such a speech comprises. And my best friend throughout high school, Google, of course didn't let me down. Most valedictorian speeches usually include some imparting of knowledge from the valedictorian to the audience. But as someone who has only spent 18 years on this planet, and most of it under the protection of my family and friends, I don't think I'm qualified to advise you on anything. I can, however, reflect upon my 6 years at SIS and be grateful for everything I've learned here. First and most importantly, I want to be grateful to my parents for teaching me how to persevere and for supporting me through all the highs and lows. And a big thank you to every teacher who has guided me to this proud moment. Ms. Kristen was my AP Lang and AP Seminar teacher and the NHS advisor, but most importantly, she was the one who planted in me a love for reading, writing, and oration. Mr. Kristen was my accounting and international relations teacher, and the one who inspired me to pursue international relations and law in university. Also, thank you for letting me sit outside when it got too cold. Dr. Santiago was my AP calculus teacher and the coach for volleyball and basketball, but he was also the one who taught me to not take myself too seriously. Ms. Tagley was my English teacher and soccer coach, but she also taught me the importance of having an open mind. Ms. Santiago was my NHS advisor, and her ever-smiling face taught me that being grateful is very important. Pat Barno was my PE teacher and badminton coach. He taught me that acquiring mental strength is the key to success. And it's these lessons that will stay with me forever, so thank you. Now that the teachers are out of the way, at the end of the semester of the senior year, I was admitted in the hospital for a week because I had dengue. And the school sent me a huge, beautiful bouquet and numerous get-well-soon cards that the students had made. And I was beyond moved, and all I could think about was how grateful I was to have such friends and to be a student at SIS. And as glad as I am to be graduating, I'm finding it very hard to digest the fact that I'll be leaving the people who care about me so much. I hope we all find a community like SIS in the future. And I've made some great memories at SIS during trips that have sent me all over the world, from Canada to Australia. But since company matters more than anything else, the best memories, even that of Jeff banging lockers and punching walls after international relations, and Cornell swearing like a pirate, were made within this very building. In fact, I would spend from 6:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. here on the busiest days, and during those 15 hours, I was surrounded by 27 different types of personalities. Audrey, with her ability to persuade anyone to do anything. Alvin with his unwanted food critiques, Jessica with her foul mouth, Eubine with her odd laugh and quirks, Jing-E with her unfettered loyalty to Koi and Crunch House, James with his smart comments, Jeff with his twisted but interesting logic, Jimin with her sassy remarks, Aji with his big personality, Cornell with his party animal instincts, Lawrence with her charming disposition, Hyun-suk with his ability to withstand teasing, Lawrence with her charming disposition, Adeline with her annoying ability to stay skinny despite eating a lot, Teddy with his deep yet and dark thoughts, Kayla with her fun-loving nature, Stephen with his kind actions, Patricia with her being so soft-spoken, Clarence with his loyalty towards his friends, Kai Kai with his habit of hanging with the girls more, Matthew with always being treated like the baby of our group, Lipika with her creative out-of-the-box thinking, TJ with his ability to do well without trying, Jonas with his random high fives, Jason with his high-pitched laughter, Vincent with his intense staring, and Trevor with his superior ability to debate. With these varying and sometimes clashing personalities and habits, it's no surprise that it is very difficult for us to reach a consensus as a group. While choosing a city/country for our Week Without Walls trip, we took more than a month to finalize a place. And when we finally picked a place, Perth, none of us were excited to go because it was camping and none of us had really been camping before. Nevertheless, it turned out to be one of the most amazing trips we've been on. There was no Wi-Fi, no TV, only nature. And for entertainment, we had to look to each other and not at our phones for a change. And despite our drastic differences in priorities and dispositions, we got along so much better than I had envisioned. A huge group comprised of people you wouldn't even see talking to each other at school were laughing and playing Uno together. Another diverse group was playing ping pong until the last minute that they had to board the bus to return home. The air, as cold as it was full of camaraderie and love. Shared experiences, such as that of freezing while sleeping on just a mattress with a thin blanket and without winter clothes, brushing together in open wash basins with ice-cold water, gagging because some people were gassy and kept releasing carbon dioxide, showering while begging for warm water, getting stuck in the canteen for hours and considering peeing in a bag because it was raining outside, eating 5 hot dogs at a time because Australian beef was so good, splashing cold and dirty lake water on each other while canoeing, snacking in the tent while fearing an invasion from the mice, getting several splinters and cuts during our shelter building exercise, eating delicious apple crumble as if it was our last meal. All fostered a bond that is just making it harder to say goodbye to these people. And putting aside snacks and farts and coming back to some real talk, we seniors thought we couldn't put our differences aside. But here we are trying to squeeze as much time together as possible. There's no doubt that I've wanted to strangle a lot of them during the school year. But now I want to hug them for one last time, as cheesy as that sounds. And to those from younger grades, Gwen, Nick, Ronnie, Sharon, Steph, Stella, Melody, Pinky, Franklin, thank you all for making my years at SI so memorable. I can only hope that we can all stay in touch and continue to send each other bouquets and cards when we get sick. Thank you, and for now, chew out.